On the way, Isaac looks at his dad and says, "Father," "Yes, son." "I've got the wood and you've got the knife and the fire, but where's the sacrifice? Where's the lamb?" And Abraham looks at his son seriously and says, "God will provide the sacrifice, son." Well, at this point, you know that Isaac knew something weird was happening. And they get to the top of the mountain of Mount Moriah, where God showed Abraham exactly where he wanted him to sacrifice his son. And they get to that mountain, and he arranges the wood, and he builds the altar, and he creates the fire, but he doesn't light it. And he sits over there. Now, the Bible doesn't tell us this part, but I imagine he's sitting here just sharpening his knife, because if he has to do this thing, he wants to make sure it's done quick. Sharpening his knife, and I imagine that his son looks at him and says, "Dad, what's wrong?" And his dad looks at him and he says, "Isaac, I love you." "I know that, Dad." "I want you to trust me." "I trust you, Dad." "Come here, son." Isaac comes over to his dad. "Turn around, son." He ties him up. He lays him up on the altar. "Dad, what are you doing?" And he puts him on that wood. "Oh, Dad, I know what you're doing." He takes out the knife and he pulls up the knife and he's going to kill his son. But right before he drives the knife into his boy, the Bible says that the angel of the Lord shouts at Abraham from heaven and says, "Abraham, Abraham, stop. Now I know you fear me. Now I know you believe." And then instantly Abraham looks, and there on the mountain, caught in his horns, was a ram. And he took that ram and he sacrificed that ram in place of his son. And the Bible tells us that because Abraham believed God, it was credited to him as righteousness. In other words, all of Abraham's sin, all of his disobedience, all of his guilt, everything that his sin that was counted against him, Abraham, was taken away. Not because Abraham became perfect, not because Abraham stopped sinning and started becoming obedient, but because Abraham believed God. Period. And that's called faith.